she didn't even sound that happy. She's not like, woo, I'm having the best time of my life. She's like, I paid $41,000. I expected it to be better, but, basically, Coachella is internet. Coachella is social media. You're welcome. Hello, or perhaps welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we are going to be talking about Coachella, everybody's favorite influencer Olympics. But hey, I can't talk about Coachella wearing this. Oh my god. I had you fooled for a second there, didn't I? Coachella is a music festival hosted every year in Coachella, California. It's favorited by influencers, celebrities, musicians, influencers, normal people. Basically, anybody who's anybody goes to Coachella. You're not worth your Instagram clout if you aren't posed in front of that weird rainbow staircase. People go into the desert, party, dance, listen to music, have fun. At least that's the hope. This year, not so much. Before we get into it though, a few disclaimers. Please don't go to anybody's pages that we talk about today and leave mean, disparaging, negative comments. I think Coachella is a bit frivolous and silly, but I don't think these people are dumb for going. It looks like, despite it all, you could have a really fun time. Today's drama isn't so much about the attendees as it is about the event itself and how it was coordinated. Lastly, I just want to remind everyone to like and subscribe and comment any of your Coachella stories if you've ever gone. I'm gonna have a list of their prices scrolling over here while I talk, but basically to get into Coachella, that's just the wristband on your ticket, you get into general admission parking, you're staying at your friend's down the street, you at least have to pay $650. The bare minimum. I cannot emphasize that enough. Either you are an internet personality or an influencer who gets paid to go to Coachella, or you're spending at least $650. Bare minimum. It's important to note that the VIP tickets cost up to $1,400. And for car camping, it's at least $400. There are a lot of new things they added this year when it comes to camping and the ways you can stay at Coachella, and I think that was the perfect melting pot for a stew of mistakes and ill happenings. But camping or not, people paid a lot of money to get in, if they can get in. So we are going to watch a video.
Reporting live from the Coachella camping line. This is a shit show. Honestly, we got here in Indio at like 3:30 and we fell in line like a little bit before 4, and we were on Monroe Street. I'm going to show you some screenshots heading down towards the polo fields. That was just a standstill line. We sat there for like 2 to 3 hours, and then we got some intel that, one of our friend had got in and she just arrived, and she, no one's on, 54th and Jefferson. So we're like, you know what, let's just take a risk. And we have like 8 cars with us, and we're like, fine, let's go. We dip out of line. Here's some footage, some B-roll of that. And it was so risky. We get there and boom, it's like bumper to bumper on all sides. The cops were just saying, no, you can't get there. Everyone's been falling in line. You got to go to the back. So we're like, we just took an L. We come around and we're at 52nd, and thankfully we're not too far from where we were originally, but this is just crazy. So I did hear that there's a new security team this year and that they're trying to like prove something to Golden Boys or whatnot, and also that they have been searching cars like crazy. Heard on Reddit that they took 1 hour to search one car at one point, and that people were setting up beer pong. In total, now we've been here for like 6.5 hours, and it's wild because you have to think about the people who are driving by themselves. They don't have someone to hop in their car to let them go use the restroom, which has been wild. Everyone's just popping out of their cars left and right, and I know that happens every year, like Coachella, EDC, but it's crazy. Also hear that they're going as far to check under your hood could and where your spare tire would go. And this is ridiculous. Everyone's wasting their gas. Everyone's wasting their time. Like literally it is 9:21. I should have said that in the beginning. It's 9:21. We would have already set up camp when the sun was coming up and it was cool. We would have already been napping. We've probably been waking up from our nap by now and getting ready to start our day and like have fun. So this is just off to not a great start. And this is the longest it's taken me to get here in the 9 years I've been to Coachella. This is my 9th Coachella and this is just insane. Anyone else experiencing this? And like, please let me know what else you may know in the comments. Like, this is literally the information I know.
First of all, you poor girl. Second of all, she didn't even mention the fact that it's in over 100-degree weather. This is record-breaking temperatures for Coachella, a desert in California. It is hot, and they didn't have access to bathrooms. People were crapping out in the bushes. People's cars were dying, like she said, running low on fuel because you have to keep the AC on. Oh my gosh. And all of this because the way they dealt with parking was absolute pandemonium. Hindsight is 2020, obviously, but for this weekend where people are going out, I'm filming this on Thursday, people are driving out to go to the camping spots, and supposedly the parking situation is fixed. It's not like they couldn't have organized it in a way that would have made it all go by a lot quicker. They just didn't have the foresight. And these people paid a lot of money to camp in their cars, exposed to the elements. We're gonna look at the 3 most common styles of camping. A lot of people did stay not on location and at hotels, which are exorbitantly expensive around Coachella weekends because they're getting every last dime out of these people. Okay, so we are going to look at the different camping situations. So these are the camps of people with just tents. So these people just had tents. They were provided tents as well as some other things. This gentleman is going to talk about it.
Camping at Coachella, I thought I'd give you my full review on their newest product, Ready Set Tent. This package was sold to me as everything I'd need to camp: the tent, sleeping bags, air mattress, and a light. But trust me when I tell you I needed so much more. The temperatures reached 105 degrees, and at 7:30 we were all forced outside of our tent to try to find shade that we could continue to sleep in. The interior of the tent reached about 200 degrees and all of our toiletries melted, including the lids and plastic bottles. On a good note, the porta potties were located right at our campsite. Unfortunately, they were right beside the tent and often didn't smell so great. And then there were the service vehicles that drove day and night, creating so much dust. At nighttime, if the vehicles didn't keep you awake, the generators did. For these lights, the lights that they kept on all throughout the night. You could never tell if it was day or nighttime in your tent. Everything was lit up bright orange. The total package cost me about 1,000 Canadian dollars, and as a first-time camper, it definitely was not a very favorable experience. Now that I'm finished camping at Coachella, I thought I'd give you my...
I know it's Canadian dollars, but $1,000? Oh my gosh, for that? With the porta potties right next to the tents? That is crazy. Okay, next up is the car camping situation. Slightly more glamorous because at least these people could go in their cars where there's AC. However, I also saw videos of people's like outside area getting set on fire because people would bring like their little grills and grill under the little overhang tents. And one of them caught fire. I saw a video of a snake making its way on through the campsite. That was crazy. But let's watch this video. Alright, I'm going to let this video play in the background and I'm going to kind of talk over it. So when you're first looking at this, you're like, oh, that looks nice. But that's because all 3 of these cars came in together. So this is actually triple the amount of space you would normally get. So they were able to like break it up and all of this stuff. But normally you would just have one of those little segments if you didn't come with multiple people. And that's what you get. And if the other guy spent almost $1,000 on a tent, imagine how much these people are spending on. I mean, obviously they were able to make it look good. It's just if it weren't for the 3 cars being there, which between all of them cost probably over $2,000. Yeah, definitely. It just costs so much money, and for what? Finally, you have the rich people tents. There were also cabins and, like I said, staying off of location that would be more luxurious, but these tents were temperature controlled and came with all the amenities. I'll let her show you.
Okay, so we just got to our safari tent. There's 2 beds, 2 nightstands, a mirror, little AC unit. There's 2 chairs. The bathrooms are right there, and
different
then these are the
showers.
showers. So there's golf carts. He just offered to like take me back to my tent, which is really cool if you don't want to walk. People bring their inflatable pools and fill them up, and it's really cute. And these are really cute. Look at this one. On our way to the breakfast area, it's in this tent right here that has AC.
You get it. Basically, if there isn't a better metaphor for income inequality in America, we have people camping out with snakes, and then we have these people next door in their luxury tents, not next to porta potties. And the silly thing is these are the rich people tents, so yes, like it's regular rich people, but also all of these like special high quality places you see people staying at in their vlogs, a lot of them are bought and paid for by brands sponsoring them to go to this event, paying them to make content about whatever product. So people who are benefiting the most from these high-cost accommodations aren't even the ones paying for the accommodations, you know? The regular people trying to make it work. Get tents next to the porta potties, all right? And there's a line at the porta potties. I'm joking, kind of. So, if you paid all this money and then it was the best experience in your entire life, sure. But a lot of people just go to Coachella to take pictures in cute outfits and make posts on social media. Whether it's a brand trip or not, a lot of people treat it like a business opportunity. You know, I feel like it's not even about going to see your favorite performer, since they're probably only on for a 20-minute set or so, depending on which artist it is. You're not even going there for the music, and then you see videos of the crowd and they're all standing stiff as board with their phones up because they're not there for the music, they're there to take photos. It's so frustrating. If you're gonna go and pay all this money, at least go to have fun and listen to music and all of this stuff and have it be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We're gonna watch this video of a woman who did not pay the bare minimum.
Would you be willing to share how much you guys paid for like the whole Coachella experience?
I'll give you an honest answer. I paid 41 grand for 4 people.
Is it worth it?
Yes and no. The pros is that I'm on site. I specifically got it to be on site and also for the artist passes. But I kind of expected the artist pass to have way more than what it does. It's a big cluster of people. I thought we'd have space, but there's not.
For $41,000? I best be wanting for nothing. And she didn't even sound that happy. She's not like, woo, I'm having the best time of my life. She's like, I paid $41,000. I expected it to be better, but, you know, I would not be okay. I would be screaming, crying, sobbing on the floor, rocking in a ball if I spent $41,000 for me and my friends to go to this event and it wasn't everything I dreamed of and there were rainbows coming out of my ears. I would be freaking out. That's what I mean when I say a lot of people weren't paying the bare minimum. A lot of people are doing shit like this. They're taking themselves or their friends to go to Coachella and have this amazing time, but it's just like a money sinkhole because as soon as you get there, you're not trapped there, but you're trapped there. And every food, drink, this, that, the other thing, anything you need to get it off the fair site. That's just how it is. I saw them charging like $30 or $40 for a drink. Like a beverage, but $40? Buy a handle. Oh my god. Oh, it's just crazy to me. And it's like she talked about, you pay all this money for an artist or VIP pass so that you can at least be close to the stage. But if you don't do that, you're sitting yards and yards and yards back from the main stage, and you're watching the artists on the screen above the stage or on the side of the stage. You're not even really getting to witness the performer. This is a great example. You can see how far back this person is. You can barely see the little stage he's having to watch the performer on the screen off to the side. But this is what I mean. If you're not paying for these extra exclusive passes, you're in the back, bud. All right? Hope you... It's like the Coachella equivalent of the nosebleeds, you know? There was also all this drama about having to wait 2 hours in line for showers. Imagine you spend the night camping in a tent next to the porta potties, and you wake up in the morning to take a shower, and you have to wait 2 hours. For all the money you spent to be there, you're missing out on half the fun because you have to wait for 2 hours to take a shower. And of course, it's not just like you wait in line, take a shower, you're done. It's like you have to get ready, you have to go, like blah, 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 blah. 2 hours, and for what? I once went and saw my favorite artist of all time, who I've loved since I was like 16. The tickets were in the $30 to $60 range, and he was at a city a drive away, so we didn't have to pay for a hotel. We got there early. I got to be nearly in the front row because it was general admissions, so we were right towards the front. I cried the entire time. It was one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my entire life. For $30. And it's not like these people seem to be having the best nights of their lives. It's just, in this culture of influencers and FOMO, we see these people going to this extravagant event and thinking, man, I wish I could do that. But the thing about social media is that it only shows you the highlights. So when you go to a social media-centric event, you're gonna be disappointed when it's not everything you imagined it to be, because everyone has only shown you all the wonderful, beautiful things. And sure, there are wonderful, beautiful things, but, you know, that's not necessarily the reality. I think Coachella is one big metaphor for social media culture as a whole. The seeming shallowness and how ugly it is underneath, how inconvenient and unhappy it makes some people, and how the more wealth and resources you have, the better time you're gonna have. Basically, Coachella is internet. Coachella is social media. You're welcome. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment about your favorite concert experience. Maybe how much you paid for the ticket and what kind of time you had. I'd love to know. I'm really curious. Please let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. You've been so nice to chat to. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.